Hello friends, find the value of x if given that 2 power 9 to the power x divided by 8 to the power 3 to the power x is equal to 1 by 4. Let's start solution. Is given that 2 power 9 power x divided by 8 power 3 power x is equal to 1 by 4. Now 2 power 9 power x divided by, we can write this as 2 cube 2 cube to the power 3 to the power x. We can write 8 this as 2 cube is equal to 1 by 4. Now as we know that a power m whole power n is equal to a power m n. Now this become 2 power 9 power x over 2 power 3 into 3 power x is equal to 1 by 4. As we know that a power m a power n is equal to a power m plus n. Therefore 2 power 9 power x over, we can write this as 2 power 3 power 1 plus x. The power of 3 is 1 and other is x is equal to, we can write this as 1 by 4 2 ka square. Also 2 power 9 power x over 2 power 3 power 1 plus x is equal to, we can write this as 2 power minus 2. Now as 1 over a square is equal to a power minus 2. Now 2 power 9 power x is equal to, we can write this as 2 power minus 2 and 2 power 3 power 1 plus x by cross multiplication. Now again a power m a power n is equal to a power m plus n. Here a is 2 a is 2 and a power is minus 2 and other is 3 power 1 plus x. Therefore 2 power 9 power x is equal to 2 power minus 2 plus 3 power 1 plus x. As we know that if x power x is equal to y power y, then x is equal to y. Therefore 2 power 9 power x and 2 power minus 2 power plus 3 power 1 plus x. Therefore 9 power x is equal to minus 2 plus 3 plus 3 power 1 plus x. Also we can write this as 3 square whole power x is equal to minus 2 plus 3 power 1 plus x. Now we know that a power m whole power n is equal to, we can write this as a power n whole power m. Also a power m plus n is equal to a power m a power n. Therefore we can write this as 3 power x whole square is equal to minus 2 plus 3 power 1 and 3 power x. Now this become, we can put 3 power x is equal to t. Therefore this become t square is equal to minus 2 plus 3 and 3 power x is equal to t. We can rearrange this as t square minus 3t plus 2 is equal to 0. Here the product is t square multiplied by 2 is equal to 2t square, and sum is minus 3. So we can solve this quadratic equation by using factorization method, that is t square minus 2t minus t, minus 2t minus t become minus 3t, minus 2t multiplied by minus t become 2t का square plus 2 is equal to 0. Now by taking common t, t minus 2 minus 1 t minus 2 is equal to 0. By taking common t minus 2 and t minus 1 is equal to 0. Therefore, we have two possibilities. One is t minus 2 is equal to 0, or t minus 1 is equal to 0. Now we can write this as t is equal to 2 or t is equal to 1. But we can write t as 3 power x. But t is equal to 3 power x. Therefore, 3 power x is equal to 2, or 3 power x is equal to 1. Now, by taking log on both sides, log 3 power x is equal to log 2, or 3 power x is equal to, we can write this as 3 power 0, because something power 0 is equal to 1. Therefore, by using the property of log, x log of 3 is equal to log of 2, or by comparing x is equal to 0. Therefore, and the second, by dividing log 3 on both sides, we get log 2 over log 3. Now, as we know that log a over log b is equal to log a to the base b. In this case, x is equal to log a is 2 to the base 3. Therefore, we have two solutions. One is this and the second one is x equal to 0. Okay, this is our final answer.